Welcome to this edition of Jawab TV. We're in Manchester discussing the big issue of caste system, Biradiri, within the United Kingdom. We're going to be delving into the issue of how it affects British, Pakistanis, specifically the youth. Is it something which we need to remove from our community? Joining me today is my panel of experts. I'm going to kick straight off with this discussion with Raja Saab. Where has the Biradiri system come from and kind of come into Pakistan, which is an Islamic state? There is no caste system in an Islamic moral system.
You know, if we go on the Biradiri system, the first thing we do, we are denouncing Islam. Then we are not Muslim. As Quran is very clear on this, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you will be divided into different section or different Kabila, so that you are being recognized. So if that is there, anybody who calls himself or herself a Muslim, I'm sorry, that's against Islam. That over here in UK, we have developed Biradirism. There is Ibrahim Biradiri, there is Syed Biradiri, there is Malik Biradiri, Jat Biradiri, and so on. Only people who are lacking is the Rajput, and they can't get together.
I'm from, my background, I was born in Scotland, and in the businesses there, like family businesses, they're all run on the Biradiri, and that's how the businesses have been successful. So it is a positive, but a negative way that I've seen is, especially in Manchester, you go to somebody's house and you don't feel part of it. You feel threatened because you're not from the same caste, and their dad's looking at you in a certain way, and you know it gets a bit weird.
But I probably think that that's because it's the older generation that actually follow this caste system and everything. The second generation, yes, we still have that in our the second generation because of the marriages from back home, either the girl or the boy come to. But I think in the third generation it will start to diminish, you know, and because not everybody is that bothered about who you are from back home kind of thing. But I think where it's still even in the third generation exists is when the parents will get asked for a marriage proposal or something. That's the first question they ask: who are you? You know, and because that's their identity. Okay, and that's where in the third generation it will come across.
I think going back to the first question, which was, how did it start off? It started off well because people came in from villages together. They looked after each other. It's like watching each other's back, living together, eating together, being there for one another. That's what it meant in those times. What is then translated to later on is what we got back, from Pakistan, which is a feudalistic mindset, which is end up even killing each other, strangling each other over property, over marriages, over relationships, and it's gone far, far worse. So there is an element of it which can be used positively, where you kind of look after one another. One example of that is when you go to marriages, that we take money with ourselves. So we give, when we get to the front, we give money to the family. How did that start off? Back home in Pakistan, people were very poor. So what people used to do is within their own Biradiri, within their own families, they used to get the money and say, look, these couple, this is going to be their future. So they got a few, whatever, 1,000 rupees, whatever it's going to be, they can start off a future together. They would help one another to set off a marriage on the right foot. Unfortunately now, it's gone the reverse way where we talked about earlier on, you can't get married to that person because he and she are from separate Biradiris. No way. No, it's not going to happen, over my dead body, or the emotional blackmail that we get after that. That is completely wrong.